This was definitely an episode that pretty much displayed the living doll's skills. I think slowly the true reason of the Maze Garden trial, as I said in the last video, was to display the abilities, to awaken the abilities of the Shadow Masters, the young ones. But it probably is also a way to display the skills of the living dolls as well. Of course, the higher up people, the spectators, the people in the VIP lounge, they're just looking for their own reasons for despair, entertainment, their betting, the stuff you'll see nobles do when you're looking down at competition. They make their games, their gestures, their judgments, but at the end of the day, you see the people who are in the game develop, grow, fail. They have different thoughts. They change in different prospects on life. Um, that shows it with the shadows and the dolls themselves. For instance, Patrick was sitting inside of his box, completely scared, of course. It's dark and it's probably claustrophobic. And until Emilico came along, and then he noticed that she heard everything he said and stuff, which is always embarrassing when people are around and you don't know they're around and they hear you saying stuff you don't want no one else to hear but yourself. It's really embarrassing. But nonetheless, Elko graces Patrick with her sunshine by giving him oranges and a flower to pass the time. So of course he was being standoffish for her at first until he said only Ricky can save him. And of course, that's part of the trial. You can't rescue someone else's shadow. That has to be their living doll and their living doll alone. Makes sense. So she goes off, giving him a good luck and heads out. Same thing can be said with Ricky. Ricky might not be so selfish and a douche anymore. Probably hanging around someone like Lou. Ricky is a very selfish kind of guy who do anything for the sake of reputation. So it's a good pairing for him to put up with someone who don't care at all about their own well-being. Lou is someone like that. I think Louise made Lou to the point where the only thing Lou is concerned about is her face, and that's it. And she can have a bruised body, scarred legs, and it'll even hurt, and you can see her just still walking by it. She didn't care about it because all she was taught is to only take care of the face, and that is it. Now, when Ricky is traveling with her, a selfish person and a selfless person traveling together, he'll be more concerned about watching over her, I bet, later on in the future. Especially when she fell and then noticing her bruise, well, her scratch, he patched her up. And of course, it's something about the girls, for some reason, the living doll girls. It's just Lou and Emilico don't know the sense of personal space. Like, they'll be all up close onto the boys and making the boys blush all the time because they just don't know when to give that personal space out. They just don't know. It's showing an example of Emilico going too close to the hole or Lou being too close to Ricky and stuff. So, but that's it for Ricky and Lou. We'll see how far they'll go. Now, the rest of the episode was mainly focused on Emilico, Rum, Sean, and John, actually. And we get to see their skills. We see Emilico and Rum run into Sean, and they try to figure out some puzzles. And I was even talking to other people about this. A lot of people, when they saw this anime, they thought it was actually based off a video game. For the way things are, how you have the puzzles, you have this very mysterious setting and stuff. People thought this was based off a video game, an RPG Maker video game. But no, it's based off a manga and stuff. And so when I tell them that, they're actually pretty shocked. Like, oh, wow, it feels like a video game. I know, right? It should be a video game. I'll play it. I'll play the heck out of it. Actually, a good little mystery, exploring the ways, uncovering the truth. Real good stuff. Well, anyways, back to the story at hand. Each of them shows all their skills. Emiko shows how her luck. Emiko has luck, and she's very optimistic. Because of that, she's able to, just maybe find things, figure things out. Don't overthink things, but kind of simplify stuff. Not everything's that complicated. Rum is extremely smart. Rum can memorize an entire map, and she can also calculate time and numbers. She has shown that with the map and also by the soot glass as well, of how much time they have. That's pretty impressive. She shows she has that ability. And John is also optimistic. John, in a way, kind of acts more like Emiko and stuff. And he's very also a kind shadow as well, where I guess because he's kind of simplistic, kind of like Emiko is, they're not very smart, so they have their awesomeness with them, and that's all their only shining point. However, people would think John would be more annoying with his than Emiko, because John goes overboard with it. Anyways, he tells where Kate is at, and she's in a very difficult place to get to, but he believes Emiko can get to her eventually, because she can do it. So, however, Sean himself is feeling down. He was feeling like, what good am I? All he has going for him is his strength. But Emiko, of course, being the sunshine that she is, saying, no, you help out a lot. It's not just your strength, and not because you can't barely see anything, but you also have a way of helping people, supporting them when they least suspect it, and that can come a long run. It's always good to have that partner in your life that can pick up your blind side in a way. Things you forget about, things you leave behind for them to come and pick up for you. Sean is that kind of character, so he's the handyman, the guy you have around. I guess you could say the sidekick, but very useful, strong sidekick. Well, anyways, with that being said, we get to see the talents, and now they're off once again, finding their way to meet their masters. I'm very interested how they'll execute the ending, the climax to this trial. I'm very curious how long this will go. Hope it don't go too long. I really don't know where they're going to end the season on, because I'm up to date with the books, actually. And so I'm trying to figure out where they're going to end it at. We'll see. I have a guess. I'm not going to say it because I'm not going to spoil it. So anyway, that's all I got for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course hit that bell icon. This has been Madcrownxox on Anime. Signing out.